What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on my thoughts on movies and stuff. Today's video is on Justice League, the Snyder Cut. And because I haven't done a video on the theatrical release of Justice League, this video should touch on that and the Snyder Cut, the things that might have in common and the things that are different. Fueled by his restored faith in humanity and Superman's selfless act, Bruce Wayne enlists the help of his newfound ally Diana Prince in order to face a much greater threat. Together, Batman and Wonder Woman work quickly to find and put together a team of metahumans in order to face the oncoming threat. But before we get into any of that mess, why don't you go ahead and hit that big red button? Yeah, that's right, subscribe. We're trying to reach a subscriber goal of 1,000, and we're almost about halfway there. So if you could subscribe and share with your friends so that they could subscribe as well, you'd really be doing us a favor. Don't forget to hit that bell to be notified about every time we upload as well. And after that, why don't you become a bro by becoming a patron? Patrons get early access, behind the scenes content, and all sorts of other perks, so come on down and let us hold $1. And I know that I'm always saying that, but I really mean that you do get other perks. You would know if you had been following our show on technology, A Small Tech Show, brought to you by the Bonus Bro. A Small Tech Show is coming to a close, and here at Netobro Studios we want to go out with a bang, so we decided to give away a smartwatch. We're working in collaboration with a local brand. You can find our affiliate link in the description. And if you want to enter the draw to win this smartwatch, all you have to do, I said smartwatch, right? I didn't say smartphone at some point, did I? And if you want to enter the draw to win this smartwatch, all you have to do is watch our latest video on A Small Tech Show. All right, I think that's everything. We offered you free stuff, and you've subscribed and joined the Patreon already, right? Great. On with the show. What's the joke? The Snyder Cut. What about it? It starts with Superman screaming. His scream was loud enough to reach the mascara. So what happens when he's in bed with Lois Lane and mind out the gutter? I'm just saying, that scream was really something, you know what I mean? Did you like the Snyder Cut? Oh yeah, I loved it. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I think it was definitely an improvement from the theatrical release, but I'm not entirely happy. Really? Things you weren't unhappy with? But it was so brilliant. Yeah, it was pretty good, hands down. But some things just felt pretty dumb for me. Right from the beginning, actually. Okay, like what? When the mother box in Themyscira woke up, all the Amazons did was stare at it and point things at it. But it's a mother box. Exactly. It's not necessarily something you can fix by stabbing, now is it? They were just being ready. If they were ready, they would have predicted Steppenwolf coming from the sky. I have a point there. It's hard to argue against that. Maybe if they weren't so focused on the mother box that probably wasn't going to do anything, they probably would have seen Steppenwolf beaming himself into the building. Alright, well, what about when Wonder Woman saved those kids? Security guard didn't even call for backup, even though he saw a skeng man and his crew hop out of the van. Where were his colleagues? Lunch break? Yeah, the security was surprisingly lax. Well, at least Diana was there to save the day. Yeah. What? Well, first off, when she used the lasso of truth on that henchman in the beginning, he didn't tell her the truth. He didn't really answer her questions properly. I don't know, I think the lasso's kind of faulty after she's been using it to catch lightning in '84. Well, she still saved the day at least. Second off, why is she being so reckless? I remember watching the scene where she fires off her gauntlets and I was like, whoa, Wonder Woman, whoa, Collateral, Jesus. Relax, everyone was fine. Because it's a movie. Those cops should have died under rubble that size. I don't know, maybe it's an Amazonian thing. What makes you say that? Queen Hippolyta said seal the cabin thingy that they were keeping the mother box in. Seal it. Not break off an entire piece of the island. That's not the same thing. Well, it's sealed, didn't it? It's just an island full of mad lads. Mad ladies? It was nice to see Willem Dafoe. It really helped to set up the Aquaman movie that's already happened. God, he looked fantastic with that hair. Are all Atlanteans supposed to look like that? Just have long flowing locks? Underwater sea models. I guess every superhero team needs a Thor. How's about seeing a lantern on screen? That was pretty cool. They set up a possible Green Lantern movie really well. And of course, Darkseid. Yeah, it was good to see that too. Darkseid. Darkseid. Finally get to see Darkseid on the big screen. He comes to Earth with his army, and what's the first thing he does? Make a crop circle. No, man, he was... Yeah, I have no idea what he was doing. But let me point out something to you that's exceptionally done. You know, after the age of heroes, everybody went off to their respective corners and they decided to hide the mother boxes, right? And the Amazons hid the mother box where they could see it, right? The Atlanteans also hid a box where they could relatively see it, right? Yes. Why did the tribes of man decide to bury a mother box? To keep it safe? It's a mother box. You're dealing with spaceships that came out of the sky and tubes that come down from the clouds and immediately transport people from one place to another. And you're burying the most dangerous weapon out of all of that. You're burying it. You're digging a hole in the ground. It's the tribes of man. We're not particularly known for our smarts now. No. But wait, it gets better. Remember Victor Stone? Cyborg? Felt really good to see him, right? Yeah! I just wish I got to see him as a Titan first. Me too. But stay with me. So Cyborg should obviously be this super intelligent being, right? What with his bionic upgrades and his ability to manipulate markets and essentially Google anything he wanted, right? So why did this idiot also bury a mother box? Hey, you never know, dude. Maybe that works. The entire time, the parademons and Steppenwolf were following it based on the scent that it was giving off. Maybe by burying it, you cancel out the scent. Listen. If burying a mother box is enough to hide it, then it's not worth being found. You might as well open a portal to Disney and go find the Infinity Stones. Hey, it worked, okay? It worked. Just leave it alone. Oh, all right then. I'll bury it. You're naughty. What did you think of the team when it was finally put together? Oh, I thought it was pretty awesome. They looked pretty good together on that rooftop in Gotham, right? Commissioner Gordon was probably besides himself seeing Batsy playing with others. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I guess not, because in this universe, he already has the sidekicks. Batman already has his sidekicks, and Dick Grayson is already dead. It sucks that we're not going to get to see Nightwing, you know? Don't think about it, man. You'll just hurt yourself. Take this instead. Why does it look like Commissioner Gordon wants photos of Spider-Man on his desk like yesterday? I would have gone with Whiplash. I was thinking Whiplash. It's not the best. You went Spider-Man. I went Whiplash or Juno. But here's one thing I don't buy, right? So they essentially discover that the mother boxes have the ability to essentially combine anything and reverse the effects of certain things. So their collective first idea is revive Superman? Yeah, because he's the only one who can stand up to Steppenwolf. He doesn't have to be. What do you mean? I mean, they could have easily just used the mother boxes on the ship and make it fly into the sky and zap Steppenwolf with a super ultra mega death ray right up from in the air. Don't even have to, worry about it. Or even better, they could have just made Super Saiyans. What? If Lex Luthor could create Doomsday, why can't we create Super Saiyans using Superman's ship and the mother boxes? Because it's unethical? But it's okay to bring Superman back from the dead. You can't just make Super Saiyans. Yes, you can. Lex Luthor simply scratched the surface of what you could do with Superman's ship. Look, you've got the perfect ingredients. Cyborg, Superman's spaceship, a mother box, a couple of humans, a couple of apes, boom! Super Saiyans. I don't think that would work. I don't know, I feel like it's far more likely to work than bringing back Superman. It's either equal to or more capable. I'm fairly certain. What do you have against Superman? A few things, actually. I'm sorry, I just find it hard to believe that they all had the same idea and that idea was not making Super Saiyans. He's back. Deal with it. What would have been cooler though? Deal with it. Okay, fine. Jeez, you're no fun. Thank you. Ooh. What did you think of the Flash running near the speed of light? You know, that's not just meant to happen. Barry actually works really hard for him to be able to run at that speed. And the first time we see him on screen, he's already doing it. Already doing very dangerous things with his speed, might I add. And by dangerous, I mean Flashpoint dangerous. I agree. It doesn't leave much left for the Flash to accomplish. Also, you're going to tell me that a parademon was capable of tracking Barry when he's running near the speed of light. He tracked him with his eyes and still was able to shoot him? No! Yeah, I also didn't buy that. If a parademon can track with just its eyes Barry running near the speed of light, it's got no business getting its ass handed to it by Batman. Though, is there anything from the theatrical version that you wish would have stayed? Yeah, I would have liked to see the line where Superman asks Batman if he bleeds.
Oh yeah, something's definitely bleeding.
It would have been nice to have seen that line again. That and Cyborg talking about how his toes hurt. That was actually a pretty good line. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Was the Snyder Cut worth the wait? Or should DC really leave large ensemble superhero movies to Marvel? I had a really good time. I feel the Snyder Cut was a million times better than the theatrical release, without question. The Snyder Cut is darker, grittier, and it has a consistent style from start to finish. There isn't as much humor, but the stakes feel just a little bit higher and everything just gets a lot more heavy. I only have a few qualms with it. For starters, and I feel that this is pretty reasonable, it shouldn't take you 4 hours to get your point across. As a DC comic book fan, I enjoyed the surplus of content, but I had to break this movie over 2 days. And I feel like there were just things that could have easily been cut out. For example, when Steppenwolf gets his second mother box, he says the same opening lines to Desaad as he did when he got the first one. Why? I mean, did we really have to see Steppenwolf be such a crybaby twice? And even though the Snyder Cut is much better than the theatrical cut as a movie, I still feel it falls flat as a Justice League title. There are two people when it comes to the DC universe. There's Superman people, and then there's Batman people. And I feel like Mr. Snyder is clearly a Superman person. I say that because Snyder almost has Superman down to a T. Almost. He's almost on the mark. His lines, his powers, his backstory, all of it. Especially with Henry Cavill's acting. It just all comes out so beautifully on the screen. But Batman? Listen, Snyder's Batman is an absolute mess. And just to be clear, I don't blame that on Ben Affleck. I actually think Ben Affleck is doing a great job. The problem is really down to the writing. Snyder's Batman is a mess, predominantly for one reason. Why does everyone know he's Bruce Wayne? I already had a problem with Zack Snyder's Caped Crusader when he was killing people left, right, and center in Batman v Superman. But in comparison, that's a lot easier to live with. Things really started getting out of hand when Bruce Wayne, not Batman, but Bruce Wayne, sat down with Waller and essentially told her to call the Suicide Squad off because he was gonna start a Superman fan club. And it all came full circle when Bruce Wayne started recruiting for his fan club by showing his face everywhere. Are you dumb? Look, I think just one thing Snyder doesn't seem to understand is that we're dealing with DC's most secretive superhero. This is Batman. Batman, who has a contingency for everything. Batman, who has a plan to incapacitate or kill every single member of the Justice League if they go haywire. You really mean to tell me that Batman, the same Batman who is willing to line his cowl with lead so that Superman can't see his face with X-ray vision. You want to tell me that Batman is letting Lex Luthor know his secret identity and pass it around like party favors? Get out of here. Another thing that I think just really missed the mark with Batman was the Nightcrawler. Why did they insist that Batman use the Nightcrawler to fight Steppenwolf? Batman is one of DC's most proficient hand-to-hand fighters. He knows a number of different martial arts on a mastery level, but he uses the Nightcrawler to fight Steppenwolf. Why didn't he just use a specialized suit? And if you don't believe me, let me take you back to Batman v Superman. Bruce wore a customized suit to stand a chance against the Man of Steel. Yet he used a giant mechanical crab to fight Steppenwolf, a threat he acknowledges is weaker than Superman. I'm sorry, I just don't buy it, man. Really, my problem with the Snyder Cut and the Snyderverse as a whole has always been the depiction of Batman. And I feel like that's very integral, especially if they want to go with the nightmare future, which is essentially injustice. I just feel like in order to have an injustice storyline that really works, you gotta have a really fleshed out Batman. You know, he can't just be on the fringes and he can't just have his heart broken because he was a Superman stan and Superman didn't write back his letters. As for what I rate this film, I did check on Rotten Tomatoes and I did check on IMDb, but I didn't write it into the script, so I can't remember the numbers, so you're just gonna have to look at them here on the screen. But I give this film a 3.8 out of 5, which is pretty good. That's almost a 4. I did really enjoy the Snyder Cut. Despite my misgivings, it was really fun. I know this video might be getting a little bit long at this point, but it was a long movie. Stick with me here. And normally I leave that for the patrons to enjoy. They get to see the notes that don't get used in the videos. But some of these are really good and really funny, so I'm gonna like rapid fire them to you. Yep, we're doing a lightning round. And go. Why are the Amazons tripping over a box? Homegirl shaking with fear, relax, it's a box. Batman is doing his Khaleesi thing, speaking the language right back to the people. I see you. Why are they working so hard to seal the thing when Steppenwolf came in from the sky? He'll just beam himself out, duh. No, not the cute little horsies, ooh. That mural of Darkseid was stunning, beautiful. Barry Allen is a scientist. Why is he walking dogs? If Wolf has mind-reading spider bots, why didn't he use them sooner? These batarangs look disgusting. Why can the parademons smell the mother boxes on people, but they can't smell Cyborg? He must be using Old Spice. Maybe you should do some work on the lasso too. In black, of course. I'm sorry, but that line just does not feel the same outside of the Nolanverse. Just doesn't do it for me. Did Commissioner Gordon just make a direct reference to Man-Bat? So Steppenwolf can breathe underwater. Cool. Is it me, or is Mira's hair, like, not red? Mira's just gonna pass the buck onto Aquaman on some, it would have been your mother's duty to fight Steppenwolf. I'm sorry, Mira, but what are you doing that's so important? You're not doing anything. You're literally not doing anything between now and Aquaman. Go fight Steppenwolf. Lazy? I sustain that the Flash looks like a Power Ranger. Oh my god, Steppenwolf is so ugly, so ugly. Please don't take the arm off again. Please, I'm begging you. Cyborg can talk to AI, that's pretty cool. The anti-life equation is definitely an interesting addition. Cyborg's exposition dump of what the mother boxes are and what they can do went full Neil deGrasse Tyson. For the life of me, why is Batman such a Superman stan? I don't get it. What's the reason? Why does Lois Lane have a pregnancy test in her bedside drawer? What, she just stay ready like that? Why does the Flash run like his underwear is chafing? So there was an entire portal to Darkseid and he didn't just come through and destroy them? Steppenwolf is so ugly. So ugly. Oh my god, he is hideous. But that's all from me, guys. If you liked this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you absolutely hated this video, give it an even bigger thumbs up. After that, visit our Patreon and let us hold $1. Don't forget to watch the latest episode of a small tech show on our channel here at the Neto Bros so that you can enter the draw to win a free smartwatch. It's free. We're giving away free stuff, guys. Don't miss this opportunity. I'm not entirely sure what next week's video will be on. It might be on the first anime series we get to do here. We'll see. I don't know. Follow me on my socials to stay up to date. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.